In the small, forgotten village of Ravenwood, the air always seemed to carry a chill, even in the height of summer. People said the land was cursed, steeped in tales of disappearance and misfortune, but no one could ever provide a concrete answer. The villagers whispered, though, of one constant through the years, the enigmatic old mansion at the edge of the woods. Abandoned for as long as anyone could remember, the mansion stood as a dark sentinel over the village, its windows like eyes, following your every move. Elaine, a young journalist, was determined to uncover the truth behind the mansion's foreboding presence. Her curiosity was a relentless force, one that had driven her from city lights to this shadow-clad place. As she stood at the wrought iron gates, they creaked open as if inviting her or warning her to turn back. Ignoring the shiver that danced up her spine, she stepped through. Dust clung to every surface inside, and the air was heavy with the scent of decay. Her flashlight's beam cut through the darkness, revealing cobwebs thick enough to be fabric. As she ventured deeper, she found herself in a grand hall dominated by a portrait of a stern-looking man whose eyes seemed to follow her every move. Elaine's investigation began in earnest. She noted every strange detail, the claw marks on the wooden floors, the whispers that seemed to ebb and flow like the tide, the way shadows seemed to reach out for her from the corners of her vision. She discovered a diary buried under a floorboard in the study. Its pages were worn and the ink faded, but one entry stood out: "They came in the night, voices not of this world. We are but shadows of ourselves now." The entry was dated over a century ago. Suddenly, a cold gust extinguished her flashlight. Elaine stood in pitch darkness, her heart hammering against her ribcage. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, surrounding her like a swarm. Her breath quickened as the temperature plummeted. She fumbled for her spare flashlight, her fingers trembling. When light flooded the room again, she froze. The portrait's man was gone, an empty frame stared back at her. Panic set in. Elaine ran, following what she thought was the path out, but the mansion seemed to warp, corridors twisting and elongating. The whispers became voices, clear and filled with malice, repeating her name. Elaine! Elaine! She stumbled into a room she hadn't seen before, its walls lined with mirrors. Her reflection stared back, but it wasn't her, it was older, gaunt, with hollow eyes. "Leave," it mouthed, and she didn't need another warning. She bolted through corridor after corridor, until finally, the iron gates appeared before her. She crashed through them, collapsing outside, gasping for air. Behind her, the mansion stood silent and looming, but she knew the truth now. Some places are meant to be forgotten, their secrets left undisturbed. Ravenwood returned to its eerie quiet, but Elaine was forever changed, haunted by the mansion's whispers in the shadows.